What's going on, guys? Jay the Black here. Salute to everybody that's tuning in. Make sure y'all like this video, hype this video. I'm going to talk about Young Miami. Now, she's currently trending on Twitter, X, due to this clip that is going viral about how she's looking for a man with a minimum net worth of $100 million to date her. Now, I guess she is still in the euphoria of dating Diddy and having him put her on salary and take care of her. I think the theme of today is delusion. Okay. Not only does she want a man with a minimum net worth of 100 million, but he has to be a God-fearing man. I mean, does he need to have good qualities as far as being a good person, whether he has kids or not, or does he have not have a criminal background where he's abusing women? None of that, right? I guess she's more so looking at the money. And as I said in my previous video, if you're subscribed to this channel, you probably have already seen it. If you haven't, go check out the video I just did on a influencer, Video Vixen, who said in an interview that she wants to be put on salary for about $45,000 to $50,000 a month. So let's take a look at this clip and make sure, again, y'all like my video and share it.
How about 2026? What is your status of love right now?
Thank you. You see the two fingers touching. I'm just, I'm just living.
Okay, just living life.
Yeah,
experiencing.
Just having fun.
Do you have a list of things you look for?
First of all, he gotta have a coin. Thank you. A provider. I need someone that's God fearing, that's religion, that believe in God. Someone that leads. Any man that leads.
Okay. What is the minimum net worth that he has to have?
I want like a man that at least got like $100 million.
Okay, yeah, at least
$100 million. Family, do you know how small of a percentage that is of men who have a minimum of $100 million? And a lot of those men are probably already married. They're either married or they're not into women, because we know there are some rich, successful men out here that ain't into women. So she has a very small pool of men, very small, that would actually date her and would do those things for her. To me, it's like she's describing Diddy. I think she's describing Diddy. She wants a man who is a leader, provider, right? God-fearing. Diddy has said that he's a God-fearing man. We don't know. Look at his lifestyle. It's completely opposite of those beliefs. But he is a guy that had over $100 million net worth, right? That's what she's describing, because that's what she came from. She came from that. And this dude is shocked. He's like, okay, this is the peak delusion of Western women. Western women are very delusional. And it is getting out of hand. But this is why they don't have a big pool of men to choose from, because you're talking about a woman who's a single mother. You're talking about a woman who always chooses the wrong men. What successful man who has over $100 million net worth, who is a believer, who is a leader and provider, is going to look at Young Miami and say, you know what? That is the woman for me. Right? Again, this is what happened. She got on salary with Diddy, and she ain't been the same since. These women are delusional, and they need to snap out of it, but they aren't, because you got a lot of heifers on social media who are going to agree with her because they listen to the Shira Sevens of the world, who give them very terrible advice about going after rich men. Most of you heifers will never date a rich man because you're delusional. You're delusional. And those rich men, especially if they are older, let's say 40s and 50s or even 60s, they're not looking for no single mama, okay? They're looking for a young, attractive woman who don't have a lot of baggage and probably don't have kids. So a lot of you women are not going to be able to get those men, but y'all sit online and you listen to these fake gurus or dating coaches give y'all horrible advice out of themselves feeling guilt about how their life went and how they wanted this and that, but it never materialized. So they are projecting and telling you lies and BS to get you to ruin your dating life. Because whether a lot of you heifers like it or not, you have a shelf life as far as your prime years. Because there are men out here who are successful who aren't going to date you if you're over a certain age. Like if you're over 30, if you're over 40, if you're over 25, those men are like Leonardo DiCaprio doesn't date women, over the age of 23, based off of his history. You know what I'm saying? Like, and a lot of women don't want to hear that. They think they're going to be attractive forever. They think they're going to have men wanting them forever. That's just not how the world works, ladies. And y'all find that out the hard way.
Okay, we just crossed off a lot of people off that list. There's a lot of contenders that just walked the other way. Your DMs will now be flooded with 10 people, I think.
That's good.
That's good.
Narrow them down, God. Yeah. Thank you.
See, that's that delusion, family. Because she says it's going to narrow it down. Well, listen, you're just going to be on somebody's team. You're not going to be their girlfriend. Because if those men have a whole bunch of women trying to get with them, they're not going to choose women who are there for the money. Okay. And if they are going to choose to date women who are there for the money, they're going to make sure that she is their type. They're going to make sure that she checks all the boxes for them. This is absolute peak delusion, family. And these women wonder why they're struggling. And they want to talk about male and men incarceration. They don't care about none of that. Matter of fact, you had Ice Spice bragging about FaceTiming a bunch of men in jail. These heifers are delusional. And a lot of them are going to find out that all of this is going to backfire on them. Because a lot of these men will use these women for a little while and then they will discard them. That is their destiny, is to be used and then discarded, because they have thousands of other delusional women who are willing to take your place. Whatever you won't do, those women will.
How about 2026? What is your status of love right now?
Thank you. When you see the two fingers touching, I'm just, I'm just living.
Okay, just living life.
Yeah,
experiencing.
Just having fun.
Do you have a list of things you look for?
First of all, he gotta have a coin. Thank you. A provider. I need someone that's, God fearing, that's religion, that believe in God.
That's funny, because a lot of you heifers don't read the Bible. Because if you do, if you actually read the Bible and understood the religion of Christianity, you would stop being a Christian immediately. Because a lot of you women do not live your life through Christ and Christ's teachings. A lot of y'all just do whatever you want to do. Right? You say you want a God-fearing man until he tells you to not be thirst trapping on social media and in other men's faces constantly. Then all of a sudden he is controlling and he restricting you from living the life that you feel like you deserve.
Someone that leads. Any man that leads.
Okay. What is the minimum net worth that he has to have?
I want like a man that at least got like $100 million.
Okay, yeah, at least. Okay, we just crossed off a lot of people off that list. There's a lot of contenders that just walked the other way. Your DMs will now be flooded with 10 people, I think.
That's good.
That's good.
Narrow them down, God. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, narrow them down until there's nothing left. I'm telling y'all, these heifers are major league delusional. And I don't feel bad for them being single and crying online because nobody wants them. Y'all did this to yourself. And this is why they're pissed off at the passport bros. Let's be real. They're pissed off because they don't have those men to go back to. When they're delusional, when they get out of that delusional state of mind, the men that they would have chosen ain't there no more. They chasing women, or say chasing, but yeah, they're going after women overseas. And you've missed an opportunity. That's why they get online and make incoherent videos, mad because men who they claim they didn't want is no longer around. right? To pick up the pieces. I'm telling you, man, these women they can't blame men for this. Men are not to blame for young Miami and her delusion at all. This is the life that she's chosen. So therefore, down the line when she's on a podcast bitter, she has nobody but herself to blame, because men aren't to blame for this delusional mindset. So let me know what's in the comment section. Love me, thoughts, like, video, share it. Follow me on all my social media platforms, and I will see y'all next.